What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like and subscribe as you come into the channel and check out the content. And with that being said, I want to comment on a statement that Iman Shumpert made a little while ago about LeBron James and how he felt like LeBron James never had to. Basically, he said LeBron James never really had to improve upon his game. Right. And so that statement really is a telling statement. That's a statement that I agree with. And also, I just want to add something to that. And the reason why I think that LeBron James never really had to improve his game is he switched from team to team, right? So he always wanted to surround himself with the best players that he could. And that was good in one way, but in another way, it never really challenged LeBron James to, like Iman Shumpert said, it never really challenged him to have to come back every year and develop and add a new skill or a new move to his game. So when LeBron James lost that championship to the Spurs, and people were saying, well, only thing LeBron James game is missing now is it's like a low post game, right? And so everybody thought that LeBron James from there on out was going to work on his low post game, but he never did. He just surrounded himself with. He went out and got who was the guy? He went out and got Chris Bosh and teamed up with Chris Bosh and Dwayne Wade down in Miami, and so he just kept that team together. And then so he really didn't need to develop a low post game because he went out and got a low post player, and so that hurt his game. And to me, that hurt LeBron's opportunity. The fact that he didn't take the chance to, or the opportunity to improve his game and come back a more dominant ball player. That, in my opinion, blew his opportunity or his chance to be better than Mike. Because if you think about it, LeBron James went to 10 championships and he won 4 of them. But just imagine if LeBron James had won 8 out of the 10 that he went to. Then they would have LeBron would have more of a legitimate chance or a legitimate argument of being the GOAT, in my opinion. But losing 6 out of 10 opportunities or championships, to me, don't put him in don't even get him close to Michael Jordan. And I think what would have happened if LeBron James would have took those opportunities to develop a low post game, like I said, that would have made LeBron James a more dominant ball player. But he didn't do that. He went from team to team, and just tried to every time he went to a different team, just tried to build a super team. And when you do that, you don't really, there's challenge, for him to develop his game and come back. If you look at LeBron James's, he's always been physically dominant just because of how big and how fast he is. But he never really added anything to his game. And that is what I think, that is one of the ways I think he blew the opportunity for him to be better than Mike. Like I said, if he had been able to win 6, or let's say 7, no, not 6, but if he had been able to win 7 or 8 out of the 10 that he went to, then that would have been, people say, well, all right, he developed this game, he got better. He was more dominant, Michael Jordan had he developed his game. At first Mike was more of a slasher. The thing about Mike, they said that Mike he didn't really have a jumper and he couldn't go left. But by the time Mike left the league, Mike had a jumper and he could go left. Plus Mike developed that his fadeaway jumper. And that fadeaway jumper was like Money in the Bank, was basically unstoppable. And if you look throughout basketball history, most of the dominant ball players, have a move, a go-to move that's like basically unstoppable. Everybody know that Kareem had the sky hook. Magic had like the half, like I guess they call it like the jump hook, that was unstoppable for Magic. Kobe, he also had the fadeaway jumper that was unstoppable. And so, but LeBron never had a go-to signature move that was unstoppable, that down the stretch he could use this move, and it wasn't like he would have to expend a whole lot of energy. Like he wouldn't have to work hard to get his shot. And so that's the one way I think that, one of the ways that I think LeBron just kind of just let himself down or didn't improve his game. I think also if LeBron James had stayed in Miami, and I've said this a couple times, on different podcasts, I think that if LeBron James had stayed in Miami and allowed Pat Riley to just put ball players around him, like the right ball players around him, he would have been better off. I think that would have helped his legacy too. And again, that would have made him, he would have had to have added more moves to his repertoire. But he moved from team to team, looking for the best fit or the best players that he could surround himself with. And according to maybe what he thought he could do, he could surround himself with people that was better than him in certain areas, like surround himself with jump shooters, surround himself with low post ball players, so you don't have to develop those skills. But still, Kobe could do a little bit of everything. Like Kobe had a low post game, Kobe had a fadeaway jumper, and Kobe was a slasher. LeBron is not really he's not really considered a slasher, and LeBron don't have a low post game, so that kind of limited LeBron. So if he didn't have somebody on his team that was dominant in those, who brought those dominant skills or was dominant in those areas, then he would then their team wouldn't do well. And that to me is why I think that LeBron lost more championships than he won. I think that he could have challenged himself more to be just to develop his skills more like the other GOATs or guys who could be considered to be in that GOAT conversation. He could have developed more of his game and made himself more a dominant man. Can you imagine LeBron James with a turnaround jumper or I'm sorry, like a fadeaway jumper or a signature shot that's just basically unstoppable? LeBron James now, he shoot jumpers, but his jumper is not as consistent enough as like a fadeaway jumper from like 15 feet, or his mid-range game wasn't, so that to me, I think that's how LeBron James, that's one of the ways LeBron James blew becoming the GOAT, and that's my take on it. Let me know what you think. Make sure to like and subscribe. Don't forget to leave a message. And with that being said, I will check you all out in the next video. Peace.